Celine made it down to the beach before the sun had come up over the craggy cliffs of the Trident, while the island was still quiet and tinted in the soft hues of twilight, an array of pinks, purples and blues made in the exchange between night and day. She had crept from her bed early enough, she'd hoped, that no one would have seen her leave. Having taken a hidden path down, she was guided by the briny scent of the sea which came up to her in rushes of salt on the early morning breeze. She staggered down the jagged path, distracted by the same thoughts that had tormented her the past few months. Her self-doubt weighed heavy in her feet, and she stumbled clumsily over loose pebbles, stopping every so often to listen for signs that she was not alone. By the time she made it to the beach, the clouds were petering out into faint strokes of coral and marigold, and the sun had begun to warm the sky with light, like a candle suddenly lit in a dark room. Celine trudged across the white sands, down to the shoreline, letting the cool water lap gently against her feet, soaking the hem of her nightdress. The water reflected what light there was, glistening silver in parts with the timid first lights of day. The waves rolled in, meeting the sand with a soft hiss before receding again into the ocean. Celine stood for a moment, witnessing the peaceful cycle. Each wave breaking and drawn back into the greater whole, seemingly never ending and infinite beyond the horizon. She watched each wave's labour towards liberation dashed by their inevitable return, and she felt the furious demand of self-pity begin to wash over her. She wanted to cry, to scream, but she was keenly aware of the futility of doing either. Instead, she watched the waves and reminded herself that there was nothing more powerful. There was nothing that the sea could not wash away, she told herself, taking the first few steps forward. When the water rose past her ankles, the coolness of it tickling the backs of her knees, she stopped again and listened. She listened beyond the swell and rush of the waves, beyond the echoed squall of birds risen early. She listened beyond the fluttering of palm leaves caught in the wind, and beyond the thrumming of her own heartbeat. She hushed the defiantly hopeful parts of herself, that still wished there might be some other way. She breathed deeply, holding the salted air until it burned in her lungs, and everything around her quieted. Then, when she was satisfied that there was no other way, no other choice, Celine walked out into the sea. Thank you for listening to this excerpt from Siren, available on Inkit.com, Wattpad.com, and neobook.org. Please visit any of the listed sites to like, comment, and review. Add Siren to your reading list to receive notification of upcoming chapters and to learn what happens next.